Here we are. Oh my goodness. Sheesh. She's flash. How is this thing now? Just got it back from Bluewater. Crazy work they do. It just finishes it so nicely. So now, electric back on, motor on, fuel tank in, floor, steering. I'm trying to decide if I should paint it or not. That's the next option. And then all the mounts, so sound mount here, live scope mount, putting rod holders in up here, and then I'll floor it. So then the flooring can go around it all. And I'm gonna probably build a trailer for it, I think. The project's gone from one extreme to the next. Well, I'm trying to do it by myself. It's a bit hard because it's very heavy, but I'm giving it a go. Well, that was a struggle, but got the top bolts in. Not sealed or anything, but I'll chuck them in, do them up, and then I'll play around with it. But just happy that it's on. Well, 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 well. If it ain't Mr. 70. Woo-hoo-hoo. She's on. It looks big. Just got to convert it from tiller to forward steer now. I got everything here to do it. Just need someone to do it. I don't think I should do it. Just get an alloy plate up there, and should be about it, I think. Wire it up, fuel lines, and we should be boogieing. Alright, next item on the list is the fuel tank back in. I have moved it. Originally it was right where the supports are. No, it was in the middle there, but the seat bases will be going there, so I moved it back and hopefully it fits in. Right, fuel tank's just sitting in there. It's got to get some new hose. Gotta get some of that today, connect that up. The breather lines I cut, so they should replace the breather lines at both ends. And she should be good. Put the steering on hopefully this afternoon. And yeah, basically cut the floor out then at the front. And then this floor. And I really want to build the wash well in. Cut like a wash well here, and then it'll be like a casting platform too, which will be nice. Bit more room for the back. Alright, here's the steering setup. This is the throttle forward steer to convert the tiller to forward steer. Never done it before, but I think that just comes undone. Your throttle, obviously here, throttle and gear selection comes undone, and that's basically all I think it is. So I might try to do it myself. I don't really know. The only way to learn is give it a crack. Alright, I had a thought overnight. I think I'm going to paint it. I wasn't going to paint it, but I'm thinking I'm going to this extreme. I may as well paint it. So I'm going to try to peel off the stickers, heat gun, and see how it goes. And then just sand it back and give her a coat of paint. This is so annoying. Heat this up. And it should Alright, not much has happened at all, but I'm going to try and install the steering. So I need to find a circle, because that's going to be cut out of the dash, and I found a circle. This is the same size, So I'm going to tape it up. Tape there, masking tape. Put the little tub on, trace around it, jigsaw it out, and then mount the steering. Just to tick away a couple little jobs every day, and eventually it should all be done. It's nice, quick and simple. Just tape it up so you're not drawing on the dash. You can measure, just saves cleaning the alloy after. Get your tub, place it where you want it, where you want to steer basically. Trace around it, cut it out, done. Alright, there you have it. So just make this center, wherever you're happy. Quick trace. And there you have the cutout. So just drill like a 6mm hole, whatever the big enough hole is to fit your jigsaw blade in. Jigsaw that out, and hopefully the thing fits. Alright. Snap the blade. Nah. We good? And just the video makes it look like it goes in reverse. And then we're away. Alright, the moment of truth. Oh, I still got one nut on. Alright, here goes nothing. Oh, it should go. What's it hitting on? Oh, the side there. Right, sides. A little bit out more each side. Really stuff all. Alright. I reckon I can nearly hit that in. I'll take the tape off and hit it in. And just simply there you have it. There you have it. It looks a bit out of shape from where it's ground that to make this fit in. And by right, all oil coming out everywhere. It should fit just like that. Alright. There's the seat. The time has come. Phew. Oh no, that's probably not good. We'll find out where that goes. But we're on. Steering wheel is on. Just gotta tighten the nut up. Boom. Alright, steering wheel is on. Just put the motor on by myself, just 2 bolts for now. I'm going to try take this handle off once again. So I'm going to put some heat into it, heat it up, and then just try hit it softly. Real soft. Here goes nothing. Right, now it's time to hit. And it's not moving. We got it. We got it off. Not off, but we got movement after a bit of heat and a bit of hammer. There we have here's the old steering arm. Gonna put some grease on it, just trailer grease, marine grease. Slide in, hopefully it goes in. So just using that marine grease, I grease up the shaft of the ram. Once the shaft of the ram is greased, I then go to insert it into the motor sleeve. It actually, surprisingly, didn't go as easy as I thought. It took actually a bit of effort to get it in. Used a screwdriver to actually make sure that the shaft was going through the motor instead of going back into the ram. Then I clean off the excess grease using a good rag. Go to make the cylinder onto the thread of the motor and notice that the hydraulic fitting hits the transom. So undo that. And yep, for some reason it still wouldn't screw on. So I thought the issue was the shaft wasn't allowing the cylinder to thread on. So using whatever I had, I heated the shaft out, giving the hydraulic ram some more room to screw on, which worked. Then using a big shifter, just tighten that up so that the hydraulic fluid fittings would line up and go into the hole as it previously was. And next it's time for the steering arm. Using the marine grease up the thread. I tend to grease up all the threads I see just so the nuts can come off and on easily. Insert it to the end of the steering shaft. Now the nut used should be a nylon locking nut, and using a spanner tighten it up. It should bottom out and be firm but still be able to rotate the steering arm. The steering arm has to be able to swivel nice and easy to allow for the motor to be turned. Alright, we've hit a bit of a roadblock. Can't get that stud out to connect the steering arm. So I went and borrowed a welder. Now hopefully, I'm thinking, don't know if it's going to work or not, I'm thinking about it, I'm going to get stainless nuts. I need to find a gallon nut and then put that on the stud and then tack it on and then try and make it out with a socket. Heat it up. And fingers crossed it works. If not, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Alright, that's that welded. Spray some. Alright, here goes nothing. We got it. Fuck, we got it. Now that was a mission. Alright, the big weekend working on the boat has not gone to plan. Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock and I'm just about to start working on it. So, next up on the list is the hydraulics. So these are the old ones, so hopefully reuse them and just cut them under the console. Plan is this afternoon I really want to have steering. That's my goal. That's it, tight. Now for under the fun part. Alright, so the fun part now. Just got to cut these. To suit the new length. And then try to get the olives back on. Up there. I think they're pretty tight, so hopefully they come off and I can put them back on here. If not, I have to go get new olives. Fingers crossed. Oh, that was a fail of a weekend. The olives aren't coming off. So, the steering is not getting done today, unfortunately. Alright, next on the list, fuel hose. If you ever want to make money, find out how to make fuel hose. It is $10. It's $1 a centimetre. A metre long bit, $100. So, plan is to hopefully this goes on like, oh, she's tired. Like that, and because the old one used to run vertically up, because the tank used to be here, I'm going to try keep it under the floor like that, and then come up. That's the plan, and try to get that vertical still. Should work. Put the clamps on, good to go. There we have it. I'll put these clamps on opposite. I don't know, just someone told me one day that when one tightens up, it pulls like that, pulls this way. Alright, these are the lifesavers I needed. The old ones wouldn't come off the end of the tube. So put these on, do the nuts up, and bleed with hydraulic steering fluid. And then I'll do the fuel breathers this afternoon as the sun's going down, which is 5:45. So I've only really got about an hour. So quick play around and we should be done. Alright, that's it all hooked up. I'll zip tie it all neatly later. But time now to try bleed it and be able to turn that thing. That's the plan. It's gonna be pretty hard on my own, but I think I'm capable. Just the old protein funnel. So give it a bit of texture. Alright, now I don't know what's going to happen. First time doing this, so I'm hoping I'll just keep filling it, I guess. It's definitely a bit of a messy job. I undid the breather there, went everywhere. So it's just, I think it's just a matter of, don't really know. It's going down. And nothing's coming out the back. Oh! Oh! We have movement! You were kidding me. Big milestone here. The boat officially has steering. Alright, not a bad afternoon. Glued them up, sealed them, clamped the breathers, sealed the breathers, clamped the breathers. Now, all we gotta do tomorrow when that dries, cut these, put the breathers up, and that's the fuel tank in and done. Steering done. Pretty happy. Not a bad afternoon. Yesterday I was on Marketplace scrolling in the afternoon and a trailer popped up, aluminium trailer. And I was like, yoink. So I sent them a message. They said someone was on their way. And I was like, okay, let me know if they don't turn up. Sure enough, 15 minutes later, the fella didn't turn up. So I quickly scooted there last night. Picked it up, put the boat on last night in the dark to see if it fitted. And now I'm off to drop the boat to Hayden from A Plus Aluminium Welding. He does boat modifications in southeast Queensland. I was planning on doing the work myself, but how I wanted it done, I wanted it to be folded and not how I was going to do it. I could have done it with boxing and then sheet metal on top, but I want a bait tank built in. Well, this is what I want. Ready? This is what I sent to him. Hey mate, so basically I want to create a hatch in here, make this like a wash well. So raise, I'll put the motor on, might be easier, but run like a sheet metal across with a fold. So then if a wave comes in, it just comes out of the wash well. But I want to bring a hatch up to the height of this. So just be one hatch here that opens up. And I want to try and make this into like a bait tank. So I wouldn't mind, it goes up as a slope, so I wouldn't mind making this level. So cutting this out and then having that as a live bait tank. And this side would just be a hatch. Nothing needs to be done because the motor controls will come through. So basically, I guess you put a bit of C channel. I don't know, everyone's different. C channel here and just weld it. And then the hatch to sit on and lock. I got lockable latches, but yeah, it's not too much work. I don't want you looking anywhere else, as I've done everything. Learned how to weld. You'd hate it, but it is what it is. So I wouldn't even mind that tank going down like 100 mil more on that side. Or we could take that tank right to the floor even. I'm open to anything. So whatever you think. So next time you see the boat, it's going to look completely different. It should give it that lure fishing bass boat look, which will be what I'm wanting. So you'll see it in about a week. I've got to go away. I'm working all week, not got to go away. I'm working all week, so I can't pick the boat up until next weekend. So you will see the boat in a total different state next weekend. Alright, just got home from picking up the boat from Hayden's, and you should see this thing. Ready for it? There it is. Crazy how good it's come along. Got extra rod holders welded in. This hatch here will be hinged back. Nice shallow one. Just like brag mat, pliers, etc. Middle one is the bait tank. So put a divider in there, just in case I go live baiting, which I don't do much of, but baits can go on that side. And fish can go here. And then the other one will be right to the bottom. Now he's done an awesome job. All the hatches and drain holes drain out through into the wash well. Now this is what I couldn't do myself. I wanted everything folded like that, so I couldn't do that unless I had a folder. So I'm a little bit disappointed I couldn't do it, but I'm also very happy that the job he done. Very happy with it. This changes the whole look of the boat. And replaced the old plastic rod holders with new welding ones. And what I also done is put 4 rod holders here. Now these will be basically, because once you're up the front, you can't, or you can, but you can't put your rods anywhere. So you would have to hop back down in there to swap rods. So now I can just put 4 rods here, and that's normally what I use is about 4 rods. And then I can just switch them from there to there. Very happy. So now I'm gonna put everything back on. Oh, new throttle cables have turned up. The old ones were very long. So that's the throttle for the side of it. That's got to get done. Throttle cables are going to be swapped. And it should be taking shape. Actually haven't seen if this fitted since I put the windscreen on. So hopefully, oh yes, she's taking shape. Clears it by about 100 mil. Just take a look at her. She's got some rods to see how that front cast deck will work, as I haven't tried it yet. So I'll jump up and in. Look at this. How good is it? So basically, these rods will chill in here, like so. This one. And I put them on an angle, I think the 30-degree angle, to match the windscreen. So, like that. So then you got big cast deck. And if you want rods, put there. Which way is this move? Then you can just open that up like that. How good. Hop up here, open that up, step up, and we're on. You can shut that and just grab a rod and start fishing. So practical. She's starting to take shape. So that's the angle of the rods in the rod holders against the windscreen. Next will be get the bimini back on and remade. Currently it's green and I want to go black just to match with the boat. The sides, I've got to clean up all the stickiness, and then I've got to wire brush the gunnel capping and all the top. So I've got to take out the windscreen, which is a bit of a stuff around, but it's only a few screws. Take off the windscreen, sand all that. The motor can stay on as I'm painting only the top. So all these hatches will be done, inside will be all done. And then once it's painted, I can take it in to get sea-decked. Sea-deck the whole top, all the way to the back. All this will be done, all that will be done, all the dash will be done. Floor will be carpet. Then I gotta cut the front floor out, back floor out. Batteries here, either side. It's all taking shape. You nearly wouldn't pick it for the same boat. I think once the bimini's on, it's going to give it a bit different, more of a look, but I think bimini clears on the side and it should be nearly like an enclosed cabin. Then you got front cast deck and rear cast deck. So the bimini should end here, which will leave plenty of room. That would be about 600 wide. And then the bimini will also fold forward. So if you want more room for casting, you can. Oh, it's sick. Thank you for watching. That's part 2 done. Part 3 will be basically fitting it out. So a little bit of painting, a little bit of sea decking, the process through that, cutting the floor out, and just wiring the electronics. If you haven't yet subscribed, you don't have to, but I would appreciate it. And any feedback, I also go through the comments and read them and appreciate anything and take it on board. So if you feel like I should do something a certain way or something I could do better, let me know. And thank you for watching.